Well, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, good day, wherever you are in the world. Glad to be back with you. This is Dr. Jacqueline King. It's been a minute. I've been missing in action. But as I always say, we bring amazing people to you doing amazing things. And today, of course, will not disappoint you. We have Miss Belinda Sanders. Belinda is an extraordinarily talented woman who uses her life to show others that the impossible is actually quite achievable. She is the owner of Gap Tax Solutions, Bella Miracle Haircare Products, and a phenomenal philanthropist who transforms everything and everyone around her. Belinda Sanders is also an author, and her first book, Dear Future Husband, is part of a series that she will continue to release to help women and men on their journeys in different areas of their life. Her 4 week mentorship, the Manifestation Mentorship, is the detailed guide to creating and keeping the life you desire. Belinda is hosting her inaugural Dear Future Husband Retreat July, which is next week. I believe it's next week, 22nd to the 25th.
Yes.
How are you, Belinda?
Hey, Dr. King, I'm amazing. Thank you for this awesome opportunity to be here. So, yeah, super
Well,
excited.
I'm glad to have you. Glad to have you here today, and our audience, I'm sure, will be intrigued by your story. So, tell us a little bit about. I mean, I gave a little background, but a little bit about Belinda. How did you get to be
Okay.
this overachiever that you are? First of all.
Uh, Well, honestly, to answer that question, it would definitely be my sister. My sister has always inspired me. She has been such a great role model. And I've always been in her shadow no matter what she does. I'm in her shadow. She's absolutely amazing. She's like one of definitely like my top best friend. I got some besties out there, but definitely my sister. But again, my name is Belinda Sanders. I am an author, an entrepreneur, serial entrepreneur, a podcaster, and I am now hosting my first retreat in Cancun, where Dear Future Husband podcast featuring Risa Tisa is gonna take over Cancun. We are lit. We can't wait.
Yeah, I know you're gonna have a good time. Only been to
For
Cancun
sure.
once. My son actually got married in Cancun on the beach, so I'm
Oh,
familiar with
nice.
Cancun. Yeah. So, where do you want to start? Do you want to start talking about the retreat? You want to talk about the book, or do you want to talk about your other businesses that you have? Where do you want to go first?
I'm open. I mean, we can definitely. I just love helping people. So my career is definitely in the tax bookkeeping industry. I also service the industry and help other tax professionals to level up and make 6 or 7 figures. So I do provide education in that department as well. Like I have a tax college, it's called Gap Tax College, where I just help people learn the business. And I do believe that, it helped to free me as a single mom. That's what I wanted to do, is to be a stay-at-home mom, whether I'm married or not at the time. I still want to be able to raise my children without work taking over our lives. So definitely I teach it to other women, because I think everyone should understand the importance of an industry that will never leave us, especially in a country like this one. So I do that, and that's a part of my passion. However, my passion projects include the things I do for out of just pure love. Okay. And one of the things was my daughter, she suffered cancer and she was a
Mm,
survivor. Thank God for that. And as a result, we gave birth to her Miracle brand hair oil. So her name is Miracle, and my other daughter's name is Bella. So the name of the hair oil is Bella Miracle Hair. So it's an amazing product, and it definitely helped to grow her hair back. Even the texture was more beautiful. I mean, it's just an amazing product made with love out of our kitchen. So we're super
wow.
excited to have that. And that came definitely from a place of, turn your lemons into lemonade, honey. And then shortly after that, I then delved into not my first book, however, but it's my primary focus right now, which is my Dear Future Husband journal. The journal is designed to just help people manifest, the love of that they want in their lives. And the interesting thing about it, the book is not about doing any weird stuff. And no disrespect to anyone who's out there doing weird stuff, I just don't believe in it. Okay, I believe is that if we work on ourselves, we will begin to attract the equal of our emotional health, if that makes sense.
Wow. And
So that to me is my primary principle of, really putting yourself in a position to get the things you want and have it to stay, because having it to stay means that you are in alignment. You're really living the life that you want. And because you are now becoming that person, you are now bringing those things to you. So, for example, I say all the time, if you want to make $1 million, it's best that you first become a millionaire. And that goes over a lot of people's head. But if you think about it, right? If you are a millionaire, the money just has to show up. Does that make
okay,
sense?
okay,
It's
Queen.
literally about, yeah, that's what it's about. It literally is about us becoming that thing. So once you become that thing, you ever saw anyone that won the lottery and a year later they've lost all that money? But you have somebody that all they do is make $1 million a year, but yet they're able to maintain it and live like the wealthy, right? So it literally is about you, regardless of what your circumstances are, you're always going to default back to who you really are on the inside. So if on the inside you are a millionaire, you have a millionaire mentality, which means that you're not walking over a penny because you respect money. That's number one. The number two, you're not, I am a little flamboyant from time to time. Is because I reward myself with things, but you respect money and you respect, principles around money. Like if you don't have $100,000 sitting in an account somewhere, you ain't got no business buying a bag for more than 10% of your income. That's just on period. Principles around money is that I give away 10% of everything, all of my
Mm,
increase. Principles around money. So it's that putting yourself in alignment to be the type of person who earns that. Not you're not taking it from nobody else. You are becoming so that it will be attracted to you. Make sense?
yeah. So okay, is your background church? Because I know 10% is the church rule. Is that your background?
My background is biblical, so I
Biblical.
am a Christian.
Okay.
Okay, so yes, I am a Christian, but
Well,
I
I
go by
I
the
am
word. I
too.
go by the word.
Right.
It's your first fruit. So yeah, that's Bible.
Good for you, and that's why you're doing so well. Um,
Thank you.
we want our audience to know that you are in our directory, and they can reach you there and
Yes.
contact you, and sign up for your courses and reach out to you if they want you on their programs or to do a seminar workshop. You can go to, it's
Yes.
going across the bottom of the screen, Black Women Power Directory, and she is in there, and we invite you to join too. But that's amazing. So you're a young woman, and it's very encouraging, because what we like to do is we really like to encourage the people that follow us that if someone else can do it, so can you. And
Absolutely.
you're a living testimony of someone that I know that you've had obstacles and challenges in your life.
For
Um,
sure.
and so how did you get to dear future husband? I think that's what mostly everybody wants to know about.
Okay. Well, okay. The interesting thing is that I am a lover. Okay. So I love love and I love family and I absolutely love marriage, right? Because I noticed that myself and whoever I've been married to, and no disrespect to the sanctity of marriage, but I have been married previously, and I just love what happens to the couples when they are living up to their fullest potential, because marriage, if you do it right, can provide a safe space for, for both of you, your families to thrive, your marriage is your business to flourish. I mean, it is, just think about it, just the best possible partnership that can exist on the face of the earth can happen in a marriage if it's done right, right? However, right is always relative. It's going to be based on what your belief system is, and I respect that. However, think about this, and it has been proven, the scientific, because I'm really big on that, right? Research. So scientifically proven that the highest generating wealth entity that exists on the face of the earth is within the confines of a sacred and intentional union. So if your union is sacred and it's intentional, then that is the highest wealth generating entity right there. Right
Okay.
there. That's scientifically proven. Do the research, is there. Okay. So I love, and I love marriage. So one of the things that after my divorce, I wanted to, I'm like, God, how did I miss this? Okay, blame me. Although I love, I blame me. Okay. I obviously, there was something that I needed to do better, clearly. So I took the time out to really work on myself and saw how I may have, missed red flags, or how I may have even been a red flag. Okay. So I really needed to do the work to work on myself. And I went through therapy. I didn't date. I didn't do anything. I was married for over a decade, right? And when you know somebody and love somebody for that long, that's not something that you just can easily rebound from. So I needed that time. So out of what gave birth to my healing process was the book Dear Future Husband. And it was initially, it started out as a love letter to my future husband. And one of the things I wrote in my love letter, which is not actually in the book because I ended up going, I felt inspired to go in a different direction, because I realized that as I began to write down all the things, every single solitary thing that I wanted from him, I actually thought about and really began to focus on who I needed to be, so that that man that would deserve and appreciate all of those qualities, because you can have these qualities, right? Or you know what, if when you know what you want, like, you can't expect for a man to be loyal, but then you're not the type of woman that's going to be meeting his needs.
Mm.
You understand? So
Okay. Yeah.
if you're over sexualized in your past life, and now you come to marriage and you just tired, honey, don't expect for your man to be loyal. Okay. Work on yourself first. Do what you need to do for your personal body, red raspberry leaf tea, whatever it is, to get you back up to par, so that you can be ready for the things you say that you need on that list. Um, so just really me focusing on my list and understanding that that list is not even the most important one. The most important one is the thing that's inspired, that I'm inspired to do, or the things I'm inspired to be as a result of that. So it's just when you pay attention, then you're not gonna settle. When you really pay attention to what you want and who you must be, then you know who you are, and you won't compromise. You get what I'm saying? You won't
Hmm.
think, oh well, there's not enough men, because you understand that you live from a place of abundance, and there's plenty enough. You get what I'm saying? There's an abundance for you. It may not be enough for somebody else, but the quality and the character of a woman that you are, there's more than enough.
I like that. I like that.
Yes.
Okay. So, tell me what your people are going to expect, or whether they're going to get out of the retreat. I know you have Risa Tisa, and
Yes, honey. We have Risa Tisa. I'm super excited about her. And if you are interested in still going to the trip, please know that it is a possibility. You can definitely be there. We will do everything we can to make it happen for you, including helping you find flights to get there. But this retreat, if I'm telling you, don't want to miss it. It's going to be amazing. Of course, every day we're going to start out with prayer on the beach. After that, we have amazing personalized gift bags for all the women. We're bringing Rachel Davis. She's coined the Love Doctor. She's coming to help us demystify men. Like, for example, I thought, okay, well, I have this, that. I have all these accomplishments. So clearly, I need a king, right? I found out by going through her courses that, now, sis, you don't need a king. You need you a man that is a lover and a warrior. That a man that's like that fits my personality. So she helps you identify either the king, that's number one, if your man is a king, or if you need a king, if you need a warrior, if you need a lawyer, a lover, or if you need a joker, sis. You know what I'm saying? Or if these men don't fit your personality, how to avoid them. So
Mm.
it's just so much that we're gonna get. Of course, Mel B, she's going to be there. Those of you who don't know that, she's an amazing TikTok sensation. She is a freaking guru and just she's just, oh my god, she's just freaking amazing. And look her up, Melby Enterprise. And then we're having other individuals there as well. I don't know if you guys know Shariza J. She's phenomenal. She actually wrote the first Dear Future Husband book like about 12 years ago. I had no
Who is
idea.
that?
Shariza J.
Okay.
Yeah, so she wrote the Dear Future Husband book, and she's she's out of Florida. She's a phenomenal entrepreneur and such a huge success, and definitely has a story to tell. So we will have our panels. Listen, we're gonna have everything from panels to karaoke, okay? Pillow talk. We're doing it all. We're going to have excursions. It is literally going to be, we're going to have, of course, spa days. It's literally going to be a jam packed weekend. But if you just want to go, come to some of the festivities and events that we're having, you're welcome to do that as well. But definitely get in the rooms when we have everyone coming together to converse like on a one-on-one basis. If you're coming for, elevation, if you're coming for networking, if you're coming to just really meet new friends, you definitely want to be at all of our organized events while we're there.
Right. All right. And it's actually not next week. It's the week after next. So you still have a whole week
Ah,
to get there. Cause yeah, next week is
yeah.
that's
The
my birthday week.
22nd to the 25th.
Yeah.
Yes, you have plenty of time.
So yeah, if you want to get, tell them how they can, where they can go to register.
Absolutely. Please, as a matter of fact, do me a favor, just DM me. DM me. You can find me on Instagram at Miss B Sanders. I'm not sure if you have that on the screen or not.
Mm-mm. I can,
Okay.
yeah.
If you
Hmm.
wouldn't mind, at Miss B Sanders. Okay. That's at MS, the letter B, then Sanders. Just DM me. And I like to have a conversation just for the protection of everyone that's going to be there. And I want to have a conversation with everyone that's there. So I want to make sure that I'm touching your hand and making sure that that you can actually get there. So definitely DM me. But those of you who just want to go look, feel free to go to my website, missbelindasanders.com,
Okay. All right.
and go to
We
my
will
events.
definitely put that on our page. So um, tell me, dear future husband, I mean, what? Give me some nuggets.
Well, listen, I heard this one yesterday that blew me away. See, you can't be pitiful and powerful, okay?
Okay.
So that encompasses basically just owning your power, really, really identifying what it is that you want. And once you understand what it is you want, it'll be easier for you to know who you got to be to get it. It's that's it. Like if you want to become a neurosurgeon, like my son now, I have a 20-year-old. He's actually just completed pre-med school and getting ready to go to medical school, and he understands the steps that it takes to become a neurosurgeon. It's not going, you're not going to wake up and you become that. No, we got to be so that we can be. That's it. But I'll never forget. Um, I was at this event, and it just came to me to share a story. And there's a story I'll share with you guys. There's a story about um, this neighbor. He just moved into this new home. Now his particular neighbor on both sides had animals, had dogs. So, but this one neighbor had a dog that drove everybody in the neighborhood crazy. Everybody hated the dog. And no disrespect to animal lovers here, but it's just a story, okay? So the man, he literally said, I'm going to get rid of this dog. I don't know where y'all from, but where we're from, we don't let this happen. So he gets a huge steak and he takes a bottle of poison. And in front of the dog, he douses the steak with poison, right?
Mm.
He then, in front of the dog, gives the dog the steak. What is it that you think the dog did? What do you think the dog did?
He ate the steak.
He ate the steak, right? So, okay, follow me, stay with me on this because I'm about to drive a point home. He ate the steak. The dog threw up, rolled around in the grass for a little while, then he chewed on some of the grass and he was able to recover. And within 2 days, he's back at it again. That neighbor decided, he was like, you know what? I'm gonna give him a fatter steak and more poison. So he gets a bigger steak and he takes a bottle of poison and he douses the steak, the bigger piece of steak, with more poison, and he gives it back to the dog. What do you think the dog did?
He ate the steak.
He ate the steak. Guess what? The dog ate the steak. The neighbor was able to accomplish his purpose. He wanted to get rid of the dog. So that's what happened. So I'm telling you this story to drive a point. The point is that if someone gave you a steak with poison on it and you saw them do it, would you take it?
Well,
Would you eat that steak?
yeah, well,
No, you
no,
wouldn't.
if we saw the dog, no, we
Right. If
wouldn't.
you're saying you're watching this dog, you're watching someone put poison on the steak, right? You won't take that steak, but the dog does. Why? Because we were created higher than the animals. We as human beings, we operate with our three higher powers, which is our reason, our conscience, and our judgment. Animals, they are ruled by the lower powers, which is their appetite and their passion. So if we understand that we were created higher than the animals, so that when a situation like that comes before us, we then reason, you know what? This smells, looks, and this man acts just like my ex. There is a problem here. Okay, we our conscience clicks in, right? And we say, you know what? I know how this ends up, so let me move on. Judgment. We then intelligently make a decision to no longer entertain that person.
Right.
Now, if we do not, the point is we're acting just like an animal.
Mm.
We're acting just like an animal. And if you know that in your beautiful canvas of a body, okay, and in your beautiful, just you're created, you have the ability to reason from cause to effect. And if when we love ourselves and we are serious about where we're going, then we make the decisions based on principle and not on feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Principle is, this is not good for me. I am going to choose me rather than this. Feeling is, oh, but I just can't stop. He makes me feel so good. Or
Mm.
I feel good when I'm going to do this because I feel like it. You get what I'm saying? If you follow your feelings, you'll end up where feelings leave us, the same space we were at last year. Okay. But if we choose to say, I've been here before, I know where this ends, I know what this looks like, we then use our reason, our conscience, and our judgment. We then choose to make an intellectual decision to love me more than he.
All right.
Okay. Then we can end up in a better spot. So I hope y'all got it
That's
with the
awesome.
story.
We have Sherry. Sherry is on with us. Sherry Davis, and I think it was Sherry Davis, uh, and
Hey, Sherry.
Davidson Sherry, and Davis Mason is on Facebook. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
so we thank everybody for tuning in. Share the broadcast. And I did go ahead and put your Instagram. I typed it on so it came up on the screen so they can.
Awesome. Thank you.
You also can follow her in the directory, blackwomanempowereddirectory.com, where you can get uh, follow all. You can just go there and follow on all of her pages because it's all listed
Yes.
there, and you can read
Yes.
all about her and get in contact with her. You can get directly in contact with her from the directory, and I believe she's got some videos on there, some interviews that you've done
Mhm.
some YouTube videos and stuff. So this amazing woman of God, and I knew you. I really didn't know you were a woman of God before we connected, because really that's how God has been dealing with me. He has been sending me women who are after His own heart. And
Yes.
Ashley is on, and Ashley just typed it.
Hi,
Hey,
Ashley.
Ashley, appreciate you.
Yes.
Geneva Wynn is on LinkedIn. So if you guys have any questions, you can start typing those in, and Miss Belinda sure will be sure to answer them. And so the book, you say, is a journal, right?
It is, yes.
So tell me what, tell me what you intend for to happen in the journal.
Okay, absolutely. So as I mentioned before, it's a 30-day affirmation guide, right? And it's designed to help you to bring into your life the experience that you want. And particularly in this book, we're focusing on your husbands. So for each day, there's an affirmation that you say to yourself, and it's an experience that you want to have. For example, I can't remember day 13, I think. Dear future husband, I watched you walk into the room. And although all eyes were on you, you only had eyes for me. So
Mm.
that's one of the affirmations for that day. So you say that to yourself, but then you write something on the other side of like, who do I have to be to have that type of experience where my man, I'm the apple of his eye. Who am I? You get what I'm saying? So who do you have to be? You have to be loving. You can't be cursing him mad. You can't be calling him everything when you're mad. You know what I'm saying? Actually, do sweet things. Be sweet to him. Be a safe place to him. Like when we are that way, and two men, but yet we set our boundaries because a man doesn't want any woman that they can walk over. They want a woman that knows who she is and she sets boundaries, right? Setting boundaries just means that I'm demanding your respect. And when you cross those boundaries, then I excuse myself from the situation politely. I don't have to curse you out. I don't have to flatten your tires. I don't have to call everybody in your Rolodex. No, I'm going to remove myself because I know who I am and I know whose I am. So loving yourself first is going to be paramount to really having the experience that you know that you deserve. Yes.
Great. Well, I know that Geneva Wynn, thank you so much. She says, Darlene says, are there any biblical references included in this journal?
Absolutely every day. Every day, sis. I don't believe that we can do this without God. Okay. I don't believe, I'm just being honest. There's no like spells. I don't believe in any of that. It is just faith, trust in God, and alignment. Just being honest with yourself, saying who you really are and saying what it is you want and being that person to someone else.
Okay, that was a great question, Darlene. Thank you so much for sharing. So I'm going to ask again if you all would share the broadcast. Um, and so Geneva says, take time. Let me just put it on here. She just said,
Mhm.
take time, baby, in silence is what I recently started doing. Great advice.
Oh, yeah, right.
And
Absolutely.
so clearly the audience is enjoying it. We're, a lot of people are at work. The good thing about our broadcast is that they can come back later and it will stay on our pages forever. So they can come back at any
Awesome.
time. And I like that on demand. They can come back and pull the nuggets, get the
Mhm.
information and all of that. What is it that you would really like to leave the women with?
Just, I mean, can we bring the girl code back, sis? Can we bring the girl code? Now we're gonna have a speaker there, and that we're gonna focus on that because it's. Aren't y'all tired of just really not being supported or really not having the heart to support another sister? Like like listen. If your friend, right? If your sister, she doesn't even have to be your friend, but if she's a kindred spirit to you, right? Say, for instance, you like who she is and she doesn't even know you. Be her biggest supporter. What about doing that for somebody else? Exactly what you're praying for, exactly what you're wishing for, the success you're looking for in your business. Go and share 5 other women's business today. Post it in your story. And
And
it, trust me, it will make a difference. Buy their products. Just, I mean, if you know a man has a woman, leave him alone. You don't have to know her. Just respect her. And trust me, the deeds that you are intentional about sowing today are the ones that you will reap tomorrow. If we
yeah,
understand that we get to create our tomorrow, then we'll make those types of decisions today. Principles. We got to understand. Stop going according to your feelings. Go according to principle. The laws of the universe govern us. Whether we want to realize it or not, try jumping off of a building. The law of gravity is going to govern you. Sis, you're going to go down. That's what happens. So we've got to understand that the principles and the laws that govern us in this life, like reciprocity. Okay, for example, I like to remind people that God, as our creator, literally put this entire world in existence as a consistent object lesson in nature. As you guys know, the world rotates around on an axis in the middle of the universe, unsuspended with anything that we can see with our vision, with our human eyes, right? So we've got to get that that is an object lesson in nature, that whatever goes around will come right back around. And y'all know that's been happening a lot quicker now. So if you're showing favor to someone, last Tuesday, my guy and I, we went out and we literally we looked for people to bless. And I won't even share with you how many blessings we opened up the door to just by that little deed. Do the things that you want done to you to other people. That's it. And come to
well,
this retreat, y'all.
well, let me just say that Ashley's typing some really great things. She says, "Yeah, I love supporting my sisters. I love complimenting." Ashley, I don't even know how Ashley found me, but the reason you and I are connected is because of Ashley. And
Yes, yes.
she had you get in the directory, which is something I've been sharing your stuff all over the place.
Thank
um
you.
and I mean, as well as everybody in the directory.
Mhm.
The reality of this is the directory is not an expensive, it's not an expensive investment. It really isn't. When
Right.
you see that you have access to 4 million people, 4 million eyeballs get to see you.
Yes. Yes.
$97, 175, 450 is no money. But we have a hard time supporting one another. I love my sister queens. I do. I'm like mother queen, because I mean my kids are, I mean, I'll be 67 Monday. Hallelujah.
Oh, you look amazing.
Thank you. And so
Wow.
but what I'm saying is, I'm trying to teach the next generation that your blessings
Mhm.
are in your giving.
Yeah.
They really are. There's
Mhm.
no doubt about it. Your blessings are in your giving. The
Yeah.
song, I'm a church girl, but the old song used to be, "You can't beat God giving no matter how hard you try." And it's
No matter how you try.
thank you so
I'm
much,
telling
Angela,
you.
because I look good. But yeah, but the thing is, I'm just trying to get you all to a place where giving is just natural.
Mhm.
um I give so much of myself on a daily basis, and so much of the platform. Do you know how many, if you follow us, you know how many people I showcase on a daily basis, and they get
Mm.
thousands of views. I have people reaching out to me, "Wow, thanks for sharing my story." I do that at least 4 or 5 times a day, because
Amazing.
because that's what we should be doing. We should be
And
doing.
but the
Mhm.
Dr. King, the interesting thing is that it's not easy receiving. Honestly, it's not. Think about it. In our community, it is not easy. It's not an easy thing for us to receive. We're really not used to it, especially Black women, we're not used to it. Someone gives us a compliment, we downplay it. Oh, girl, this whole thing. Oh, I was only $10. We're not. How many of us can literally? I come up to you, and I do this often. I'm intentional about giving other women compliments because I think we're so beautiful, and that I just feel like we don't hear it enough. So whenever I get a chance, oh sis, you killing it. Oh my God, I love your hair. And I'm something that I literally like about them, I'm going to share. Oh my God, I think you're so beautiful. Just whatever it is, I'm going to share. And so often we get ashamed. We don't say thank you because it's a difficult thing. Try that. Everybody listening today, I want y'all to go out today. Don't just try giving compliments. Try receiving them. Try receiving them
Well, you
because
know
it
what?
is.
I learned that a long time ago. And actually, when
Yeah.
people tell me, like the young lady just says, you look good for 67. But you know what I tell them? It's by the grace of God. It
Yes.
really is. I know it is.
Yes.
Because I know people who are my age that haven't fared as well. I won't say
Right.
that but God has kept me for a purpose. My life
Mm.
has purpose, and I don't have a
Yes.
problem I don't have a problem receiving a compliment at all.
Oh,
uh,
I love
I,
it.
well, I mean, I wasn't always that way. You're right.
Right. It takes
But
work.
it does, and it takes, I mean, you have to really kind of grow into it. I
Yeah.
think
And then
it,
I, I ain't gonna lie, Dr. King. I went to a Millionaire Mind Intensive workshop. This is literally about 20 years ago. And I'm like, I need to, whatever it is about money that don't like me, I need them to have money loving me. Okay. Because it was about money at that time, not about love. So I went to the Millionaire Mind Intensive and he literally said, okay, you say you want a lot of money, but you walk over pennies. What is that not enough? Because that's God's way of testing you. Like the Bible says, if you're faithful in the least, you'll be faithful in the much, right? So, okay, you want to, in order to, like, again, we talked about those principles. In order for us to make whatever, say, we'll just use six figures. To make six figures for those of that aren't, we have to receive from somebody. It ain't gonna be free, right? Somebody's got to give it to us. Somehow we got to work for it. We got to earn it. We got to get it. We have to receive it. But some of us do not, can't even receive a compliment. Some of us can't even receive God trying to give us a nickel because it ain't enough money. So we walk right over it. Say, oh, I'm too good for that. Listen, if you're faithful in the least, you are faithful in the much. And it's what you think about and thank God about, you bring about. So we forget that too. A principle of receiving and giving is thankfulness, that's gratitude, and saying yes and giving back. So if you can be thankful for the things you get, no matter how big, no matter how small. So I remember, I never forget, I was praying and asking God for 100,000. I was like, God, if you could just help me break that, just let me get 100,000. I will do this, I will do that. He was like, no, you won't. I was like, God, yes, I will. I promise you. He was like, no, you won't. I was like, well, what do you mean? And it just dropped in my spirit. Like, if you are faithful in the least, you will be faithful in the much. So if you ain't giving me a 10% as a dollarnaire, you're not. When I give you 100,000, you're not going to give me 10% then. You understand? So I
hmm
began that principle. God then, I was like, okay, I get it. God, try me. He blessed me with $400 in food stamps. No cap. I took those food stamps. And when I tell you, I went to church. First of all, I gave my 10% back. I went and I bought groceries because my church at the time in Florida, we would give out groceries to, family or the homeless. So I went and I bought $40 worth of groceries and I donated to the church. And then every week I would look for, once a month, I would look for a family to bless and take grocery shopping. So I would spend $100 of my $400 food stamps on a family. So I started that principle of giving within my own self, by myself, between me and God. And I went back to him. I'm like, see, God, I told you, if you bless me, I will give. You can use me as a conduit so that I can share the resources that you give me with other people. But you've got to trust me. So I had that
Absolutely.
that that daughter daddy conversation. and kept increasing me. And then I remember when I made my first million, I gave, that year was the first year I gave 100 grand to charities and to ministries and to families. And it, it was a big moment for me.
That's
10
awesome.
years ago now, but it still
That's
is a big
awesome.
moment.
And that's why if you take care of God's business, He will always take care of yours.
Absolutely.
That's my motto. I stick to it. A lot of people think the directory is like, we're just getting tons of money, but the directory funds are nonprofit for homeless and struggling women.
Oh,
We pay when people's, and I didn't even tell Ashley that. We pay light bills, phone bills, rent,
oh man.
clothing. We've done it all. We're an agency here in Fort
Beautiful.
Wayne where we give out food vouchers where people can just go to the food bank and get 50 to 100 pounds of food a month and they don't pay anything. We pay for it.
Oh,
Uh,
I love that.
and we just paid scholarships to send 9 kids to a performing arts school for the fall. But that's
Oh,
what we do with the money. That's why
it's so
it's really
beautiful.
important to spread the word about the directory. A lot of people think
Mhm.
that you're doing it, so you can get rich. I have been blessed all my life. I made 6 figures when I was in corporate America. I've owned 5 houses, and I'm not saying this to brag. I'm saying this because this is how God has blessed me. He has blessed me with
Yes.
more than enough, more than enough.
Mm-hmm.
So, what I do now is I'm trying to give back. I'm trying to make a difference in the world. I'm trying to help those who need help. So, when you join the directory, you're actually helping others. So, I'm excited. I'm excited about your conference. I'm excited about all that you're doing. I'm glad to have you on here. I hope that everyone will follow you. Ashley, put your website in the chat. Also, you can go to the
Ashley.
directory. You can go to the directory and also see. You can read all about her in the directory and see some of her
Mhm.
videos. Um, and if you can get to the conference, get there because I won't be able to be there, but I say it's going to be amazing. No, it's going to
Oh my
be amazing.
goodness. Yes, yes, we are gonna have a great time. And the beauty, it's a great group of women. It's just a great group of women. So
Hmm.
I'm super excited. Yeah.
Well, they're blessed to have you, and
Thank you.
I'm glad that you came on today, and thank you so much. We'll have to do it again after the conference, and we can maybe talk about some of the things that happened. How about
For
that?
sure. I would absolutely love that. Yes, I would absolutely love that.
Well, you have a good time. Be sure to share some pictures and stuff with me. I can post them if you
Oh,
want to
for
share some
sure.
highlights.
Oh,
You
yes.
have videos. We can post that too, and you can post it in the directory. That's even better yet. If you put them on your page, I can share it right from there.
Absolutely. And please, everybody, also follow me on my YouTube page with my podcast, Dear Future Husband Podcast. I would love to feature some of you all, your business owners. We are having entrepreneurship month in season 4. So I'm excited to bring on a whole bunch of successful entrepreneurs. Or even if you want to just highlight your business, please reach out. We would love to have you on the
Well,
podcast.
you need to interview me then.
Hey, let's go.
Ashley said, remind it. She already did say it, but we want to remind you that they're going to have daily morning prayer on the beach, and it's going to be
Yes.
this. And I'm glad that Dr. Ophelia said she's enjoyed what she heard and she was inspired. I saw that you had a book. You need to join the directory. You really do.
Yes.
Get in it listed in the directory. It's going across the bottom of the screen, blackwomenempowereddirectory.com, where you have access to over 4 million people on a daily basis. That's who we have in our network. So um, thank you so much, Belinda. It has been
Oh,
great.
absolutely.
And until after the conference where we get to come back and recap, you have a wonderful time, okay?
Thank you so much, Dr. King, and thank you for having me. This has been an amazing experience. God bless you guys. Take care and take charge.
God bless. We'll see you next time.
Yes.